On today's episode of Learn to Love, I want to teach you how to love one of the most bland, boring, cruciferous vegetables in the produce world, cauliflower. This white winter vegetable boasts a bevy of health benefits. It's full of vitamin C and vitamin K, it's got a ton of antioxidant power, and it's very low on the glycemic index, which makes it the perfect replacement for everything from pizza crust to potatoes. Now, whether you love it or hate it, you're in luck because today, in true domestic geek fashion, I'm gonna show you cauliflower 3 delicious ways. Today, I'm gonna show you my buffalo cauliflower bites, my loaded baked cauliflower, and finally, my roasted red pepper and cauliflower soup that your entire family is going to love. Let's get started with our buffalo cauliflower bites. So we're going to start by roasting some cauliflower florets. So I've got my florets in a bowl and I'm just gonna drizzle them with some olive oil, some garlic powder, and a little bit of salt and pepper. I'm going to give these a stir until they're well coated and then pour them onto a baking sheet. Into the oven, they're going to go for 10 to 15 minutes or until they start to soften up. While those are roasting away in the oven, I'm going to combine some melted butter with some hot sauce, creating a really super simple buffalo sauce. Now, if you don't eat hot sauce, that's totally fine. You can replace it in this recipe with barbecue sauce. It will be equally delicious. Once our cauliflower has been roasting for 10 or 15 minutes, we're going to take it out and toss it in this beautiful sauce and put it back into the oven. Once they're done baking, you can serve them with my homemade blue cheese dressing. Basically what you have are chicken-free chicken wings. How great is that? Next up, I'm making my loaded baked cauliflower, which is inspired by all of the tasty flavors of a loaded baked potato, but has way fewer carbs. So we're gonna start by steaming our cauliflower. So I've got an inch of water in my steaming pot, and I've just broken up a head of cauliflower into florets. I'm going to put the lid on and steam it until the cauliflower is quite soft. Next, I'm going to transfer my steamed cauliflower into a large mixing bowl and mash it with some cream cheese, some green onions, and some cooked chopped bacon. Now, you can leave the bacon out if you don't eat meat, but it does add a nice saltiness to it. I'm going to finish this mixture off with some salt, pepper, and some garlic powder. And then I'm going to scoop it into a well-oiled muffin tin and top it with some cheddar cheese. Into the oven this goes for 10 to 15 minutes, and when these are ready, they are golden brown and crispy on the outside and soft and moist and yummy on the inside. I'm going to top them with just a little more green onion, and they are ready to eat. Finally, I'm sharing my recipe for roasted red pepper and cauliflower soup. For this recipe, I'm going to roast my cauliflower. So I'm just drizzling it with a little bit of olive oil and adding some salt and pepper. I'm going to roast my cauliflower for 15 to 20 minutes or until it's softened. In the meantime, I've got some oil heating up in a large pot on the stove, and to that I'm going to add some chopped yellow onion. I'm going to cook my onion until it's completely translucent, and then I'm going to add 2 cloves of minced garlic. I'm gonna cook my garlic for an additional 30 seconds, and to that I'm going to add some chopped roasted red peppers, my roasted cauliflower, and some vegetable broth. You could also use chicken broth if you prefer. I'm going to season this with some salt and pepper and some fresh thyme leaves. And then I'm going to bring this whole mixture to a boil, then turn my heat down to low, put the lid on, and simmer it for 15 to 20 minutes until all of the flavors come together. To make this soup even more flavorful, we are going to add some tangy goat cheese, but we need to temper it first. So I've got some room temperature goat cheese standing by in a bowl, and to that I'm just gonna ladle in a little bit of our soup broth. I'm going to whisk it together really, really well until it's completely combined, and then I'm going to pour the entire thing back into my pot. I'm going to stir this all together, and then I'm going to puree my soup using an immersion blender. And there you go, you've got a hearty, comforting soup with tons of flavor. I like to serve this with even more tasty goat cheese. I hope you guys enjoyed these 3 creative cauliflower recipes and that you'll give them a try in your very own kitchens. And if you do, be sure to tweet or Instagram me a photo because you know I love hearing from you. And finally, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to The Domestic Geek because there's lots more deliciousness where this came from.